So this is part 2 in the gallery. Let me show you the gallery. I've had one exhibition here, a personal exhibition. I had one up the road and another gallery called Colosseum. And this is Futu Art Gallery, and they've asked me and my wife to join this exhibition with other artists, so that's why you can see other people's work here. So it's the first time I've actually incorporated my work with other artists, which is really good. I really like it. Anyway, this is Manuka Honey. Let me show you the name of it. Manuka Bao. So in Turkish that means honey. Bao means honey. It's 900 by 1 millimeters. So you can see there's Manuka flowers here. Now Manuka flowers, they come in 2 colors, pink and white. And there's a bee there. And I've got another bee over here. Now, the Manuka flower is only found in New Zealand and some certain parts of Australia. It's a native flower. And let's show you some of the detail of these trees that I've painted with my imagination, and the mountain as well, of the clouds in this one. It was really quite difficult to paint these trees because I wanted to balance them all out. I mean, you can paint green, but painting the same green over and over again, it will sort of make it look too overwhelming. So I tried to paint different shades of green, and I quite like this turquoise colour in here. And I got this effect by just turning my brush around, and I did some straight lines here. Now these Kiwis, which I created, I wasn't sure how to do their protective gear, especially their hat, because normally this is with lines and it's quite milky through here. So to avoid that, all I had to do was just paint a line around its beak, giving the illusion that there's a screen there covering their faces or protecting their faces from the bees. So that eliminated a lot of hard work, and I'm so pleased that it came out perfectly. And the smoke, or the smoker, now the smoke was just white. That's just a whitewash of acrylic. I had to be very fast because it will dry quickly, and I didn't want to paint over the bees. They're underneath. So if I put too much white there, you wouldn't see all my bees that I spent a long time painting underneath the smoke. And the bees were just like little like tic-tac shapes with yellow and black and a little ring for its wing. So that one's got a smoker, and the lines were created by using a ruler. I'd run my brush down the edge of the ruler to get the straight line. I wouldn't put the ruler on the paper. Onto the canvas. I've done a video about that, of how I paint my lines. I'll try and add a link to all these videos in the description below so you can see them if you're interested. And this one here is collecting the honey. And obviously these things here, they go into this box and they spin, and all the honey comes out into the jars. The jars were a lot of fun to paint because I wanted to give you the illusion that it's clear. You can see through the glass, you see the grass on the other side. So having a play around with different shades of yellow and orange. Now Manuka comes in a dark brown colour, like this colour here, this dark brown of this bee, or it comes in a golden colour. And it's very rich and very nutritious, and got a lot of properties in it, which is very good for diabetics, and it's one of the best, it's the best honey in the world. And it's a very unique taste. And if you buy it online, just make sure that it is genuine, that it does come from New Zealand. Very expensive. Anyway, bees. We've got 26 native bees in New Zealand, and none of them produce honey, and they cannot be tamed. So bees were brought in from the UK, parts of South Africa and Europe, and they were introduced into New Zealand so they can harvest and pollinate our vegetables, our plants, our grapes, because we had nothing to pollinize our vegetables or anything, so we needed fruit to eat. So bees were brought in. And also bees produced honey. We didn't have anything like sugar cane or anything like that, so a lot of the farmers would use honey for their cooking, for making cakes and so on. So and it's used for lots of stuff like medical purposes, and yeah, so it has a lot of good value. The honey, of course. Anyway, so the bees were introduced into New Zealand, and because the bees were introduced to this flower, the nectar, or the pollen, or the nectar from this flower, once it was collected, produced this very unique honey. And because it was from this flower called the Manuka flower, then the honey was called Manuka Honey, and that's why it's different. And it's a native flower. No, it only grows into a bush, like a hedge or a bush. It doesn't go into a big, large tree. So yeah, it's very pretty. It looks very similar to a lot of other flowers. But this is my interpretation from my imagination of Kiwis harvesting Manuka honey on a painting, an acrylic painting, which I'd done back in 2023. It was a fun piece, and it's sitting here for someone to purchase. Thank you again for watching, and if you've got any questions or would like to ask me anything, please write it in the comments box below, and thank you again for watching. Bye now.